Interesting facts about famous people.
Forrest Tucker Quote, "He loves nature in spite of what it did to him." Today I think I'll take a trip down memory lane with Forrest Tucker, a strong, stable and often funny character that tried on many shoes in his time, often cowboy boots. One of the good guys, usually, but not always, on the big screen and the small. Forrest Meredith Tucker, 1919 to 1986. Appearing in nearly 100 films. Already at the age of 15, he was working as a vaudeville straight man. A mentor provided funds and contracts for a trip to California, where party hostess Corbina Wright persuaded guest Wesley Ruggles to give Tucker a screen test because of Tucker's photogenic good looks, thick wavy hair, and height of 6 foot 5 inches. Tucker was a sight reader who only needed one take, and his film career started well, despite a perception in most Hollywood studios that blonde men were not photogenic, enlisting in the army during World War II. If you like this video, you can see my many others in my channel. The link is in the description. Now let's get into it. After 20 years, spent mainly in westerns and action roles, he returned to his roots, showing versatility as a comic and stage musical actor. In the television series F Troop, he became identified with the character of Cavalry Sergeant Morgan O'Rourke, a manipulative character quite similar to Phil Silver's role as Master Sergeant Ernie Bilko. Tucker struggled with alcoholism that began to affect his performances in later years of his career. His debut was a powerfully built farmer who clashed with the hero in the Westerner 1940, which starred Gary Cooper. Tucker stood out in a fight scene with Cooper. Overcoming a feeling in Hollywood that fair hair did not photograph well, he quickly attained leading man status. Starring in PRC's Emergency Landing, 1941, he signed a contract with Columbia Pictures. At the end of the war, MGM borrowed him for the classic film The Yearling, 1946. Warner's borrowed him to play Errol Flynn's love rival with Eleanor Parker in Never Say Goodbye the same year. Back at Columbia, he was in Coroner Creek, 1948, with Randolph Scott. Tucker left Columbia in 1948 and signed with Republic Pictures. His first films for them were Hellfire, 1949, and The Last Bandit, 1949, with Wild Bill Elliott. He made Montana Belle for Republic with Jane Russell. It was sold to RKO. Tucker had a role in Republic's Sands of Iwo Jima, 1949, as PFC Thomas, a Marine with a score to settle with John Wayne's Sergeant Stryker. He went back to Columbia to support Scott again in The Nevadan, 1950. He was promoted to star roles with California Passage, 1950. He followed this with Rock Island Trail, 1950. Tucker was back to supporting roles for Hoodlum Empire, 1952, then over to Paramount. He co-starred with Sterling Hayden in Flaming Feather, 1952, and supported Charlton Heston in Pony Express, 1953. Tucker went to England in support of British film star Margaret Lockwood in Laughing Anne, 1953, a co-production with Republic. Back in the United States, he went back to work for Republic. San Antone, 1953, with Rod Cameron. Flight Nurse, 1953,
Nurses aren't supposed to stick their neck out. Boy's gonna
and
need you
Jubilee
alive.
Trail, 1954, with Joan Leslie. He returned to England to make another with Lockwood, Trouble in the Glen, 1954, and stayed on to make Break in the Circle, 1955, for Hammer Films. Tucker had a 2-year stint on television playing the role of a charter boat captain in Bermuda in Crunch and Des from 1955 to 1956 with Sandy Canyon. He had top billing in Fox's The Quiet Gun, 1957, and supported Charlton Heston in Three Violent People, 1957. Hammer Films in Britain asked him back to play the lead in The Abominable Snowman, 1957. He stayed on in England for The Strange World of Planet X, 1957, and The Trollenberg Terror, 1958. The year 1958 brought another turning point in his career when he won the role of Beauregard Burnside, Mame's first husband in Auntie, Mame, the highest-grossing US film of the year. Tucker showed a flair for light comedy under the direction of Morton DaCosta that had largely been unexplored in his roles in westerns and science fiction films. He supported Joel McCrea in Fort Massacre, 1958, and had the lead in Counterplot, 1959. Tucker found his most famous role in television starring as frontier capitalist Sergeant Morgan O'Rourke in F Troop, 1965-67. Though F Troop lasted only 2 seasons, the series has been in constant syndication since, viewed by 3 generations of audience. Tucker had battled lung cancer over the years, as well as having minor illnesses, and was hospitalized for the second time in a week on his way to the ceremony for his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on August 21, 1986, dying at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital on October 25, 1986, just a few months after the theatrical release of Thunder Run and Outtakes. He was interred in Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery in the Hollywood Hills. Apologies for any mistakes with mispronunciations, especially for names. I'm doing my best. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes, shares, and subscribers. They help me a lot. Also hit the notification button to get my new videos. Bye for now.
All right, let's get it on and get rolling. You go round up the others and get them back here as fast.